Download the BCSN Plus app today. Local sports all the time. Visit BCSNNation.com for details. Discounts may apply.
Well, college football is here, and we're welcomed in studio by Derek Vandermeer, the athletic director of Bowling Green State University. Derek, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thank you very much for the invitation.
Let's begin with this coming up Thursday. Not only do we have the opener against Lafayette, but before the game, a panel discussion, perhaps the greatest combination of football minds in Bowling Green at one time since Woody Hayes and Bo Schembechler had coffee in Dwight Perry's kitchen. We're talking about the significance of college football in America panel. You got the MAC commissioner, you got the executive director of college football playoff, and oh yeah, 3 Hall of Fame coaches. How did you guys bring this all together?
Well, you know, part of it was obviously Urban played a very large role in supporting me as we were looking for our next football coach. But it also came upon the heels of a year that he's going into the College Football Hall of Fame. And so it was after a conversation with Urban about, you know, Urban would love to do something with a panel, would love to bring people back. I think that, you know, everything that we're doing in college football, it's more than ever just about a game. It's about that educational experience. The chances, how do I leverage this to make something for the students? How do we package this to give our students a great experience? Talked to Jim Trussell. Jim was another voice in the search that I had reached out to. Said, Jim, I'd love to do this. What a great time. We just hired Eddie George, all of the buzz around Eddie, to do something talking about the changing and evolving industry of college football. And so that's how he got involved. And then next, you know, I have Urban saying, you know what, you got to get John Cooper involved. John coached Eddie. This is his first game back in Ohio. Let's get John Cooper involved. So now John Cooper's involved. And then a year ago, we met Lieutenant General Richard Clark. He was at the MAC Media Day, press conference day. And so what we did is I reached out to him. And all of a sudden now we have Lieutenant Richard Clark involved, and now John Steinbrecher from the MAC. And it's a broad, diverse voice about what's changing in our landscape and how it's impacting college football and the growth of football. And everything's being done for one simple purpose, is to really engage our campus community and our local community and tell them the story about all the great things happening and how Bowling Green's choosing to be a part of all of this great change in college football.
We'll get into some of those changes, but let's talk about the big change with Bowling Green, the hiring of Eddie George. Certainly the impact, we've just saw the impact with these Hall of Famers coming to campus this week, but also the impact you've felt nationwide as you've talked to the Falcon alumni base and the Falcon booster base.
Yeah. It has been an overwhelming growth of interest in what we're doing with Falcon football. The one big thing is obviously the day of his press conference, we had over 1 billion media impressions. And then within the first 2 weeks, we have 4 billion media impressions. That has continued to ripple through every part of who and what we are. Our alumni, when I introduced him to our alumni, the enthusiasm, the excitement. I think that, you know, what people are learning very quickly, that it's more than just a Heisman Trophy winner and someone that, you know, played with the Titans and had great success at Ohio State. This is a person that actually has a razor focus, that's built a program, has been very successful, and is ready to kind of pour his heart and energy into what he's doing at Bowling Green.
Media impressions are great, but that ripple effect has also hit the box office and giving.
Yeah, so what, close to 700 new season ticket holders that are jumping in, wanting to be a part of it. Our game-to-game sales are off the charts, or single game sales. Our total philanthropy, people that are coming out of the woodwork to support the success of our program. It's every aspect of our collective success. You know, great story is yesterday we announced that we have over 4,000 students at Bowling Green, the largest single class in the history of the institution. And it was great during the course of this last summer to get Eddie involved in our summer orientations as well. He's a significant figure in Ohio, and we want to own the state of Ohio. Let's start to do that. And so we win on the field, but we're going to win in that classroom. And not only what we do as student athletes, but how we support the success and the mission of the university. That's really critical to who and what we are.
You want to own the state of Ohio. You've been aggressively marketing Bowling Green using Coach George, billboards in Central Ohio, and a billboard not that far from your arch rival's campus.
Well, you know, if our arch rival thought it was prudent to point a missile at us, I think it's prudent that we start to, you know, make sure that they know that we're watching. And maybe we had to get that billboard closer to campus to make sure that they knew that, yeah, we're attentive. We have supporters in this space that care about Bowling Green. That's what's great about this rivalry. It's a 20-minute jaunt up and down I-75 to 2 great institutions that are hopefully going to both have great seasons, and we'll settle this on the field.